This is the mini lesson on the forensic analysis of poisons, toxins, and drugs. So, all of these things have criminal connections. It has been shown that people addicted to drugs are more willing to commit crimes, and almost half of the people in the federal prisons are there for drug related offenses. So, this leads to a lot of investigation of these during the criminal justice process. So, when you're processing the evidence, first you have to detect it. Crime scene investigators and detectives are trained to know what to look for and where to find evidence. They can also use drug or chemical sniffing canine dogs to aid in that detection or chemical wanding. Once the evidence is found, it'll need to be photographed and documented in the evidence log. The sources of evidence will need to be documented, and evidence taken from victim or suspects will also have to be documented and collected. Collectors should wear personal protective equipment in order to protect them from any adverse side effects of the evidence that they come in contact with. And each piece of evidence must be packaged and labeled with an evidence label. Certain types of evidence will need special handling. Biohazards or explosive materials will have a special set of handling and packaging because of their nature. Three questions that are going to be answered by toxicologists. They need to know what substances are there, might there be any illegal components, and how much of each substance is present. So for the preliminary testing, they're just going to do drug testing at the crime scene and then they'll do some drug testing at the lab. In order to confirm, they need to focus on three procedures. They have to isolate the substance of interest, they have to identify and separate the individual ingredients, and then they need to determine how much there is of each component. All of this will be done in the lab. Other things they're looking for testing, is it an acute poisoning, so a high dose over a very short period of time, or is it chronic, so low doses over longer periods of time? So they'll need to test for this as well. Once all the testing is done, they will be called if there is a trial to present the results of the lab testing, and they'll be cross examined by both the prosecution and defense team. Some new technology, so really where they're looking to improve in testing is something that's very quick, that doesn't destroy anything, non-invasive, and anything that's portable that can be taken to the crime scene would be an advancement in these technologies. So postage stamp size or paper-based devices can be used to analyze oral fluids at the crime scene, and also using a fingerprint to identify use of different drugs. So a fingerprint would be something that is specific to that drug. And the newest technology is it's called MS, it's a mass spectrometer, but you're able to take it, it's portable, you can use it on site, so you don't have to package and transport these substances before identifying what they're made up of. All right, glue this in your notebook, get a stamp.